APNvideo.com is on the air. We're coming to you from beautiful, sunny Scottsdale, Arizona. And it's Championship Sunday for the Msbl World Series as the Cambria Baseball Club takes on MBI, the two top seeds in the 73 National Division. My name is Jeff Lowry. MBI coming in with a record of 4-1. They got a bye into this championship game while Cambria had to play yesterday. And the two teams, and why not, the two best teams in the 73 and over going head-to-head. As you get a look at the mainstays for MBI, Jim Teeter has had a Gold Glove tournament, no doubt, at third base. And Jack Valentine, one of the fastest players on the field here today. Pat Fines is the manager of MBI. And on the other side, Paul Smith. You're looking at the two managers. You saw 44 for Cambria in the white. That was Paul Smith, and Paul, a former member of the South Dakota Rushmores. Pat Fines, the manager of MBI. MBI coming in here with a record of 4-1 as we take a look at the defense led by Jeffers at second. And Teeters over at third base, Jim Teeter. Cal Cagno, the outstanding shortstop. And on the mound, he pitched already on APN earlier in the week in that big win over the Solons, Howard Elson. And they're hoping to get a lot of good innings out of the right-hander, the veteran. He played the last 2 years with the Volkers baseball group and won 2 national titles with them. So he is trying to three-peat here in 2023. We're ready to go, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike, and this game is underway. It'll be Rick Held, Pepin, and McPherson. Next pitch is outside. 1-1 strike to the leadoff hitter for Cambria, coming in with a record of 4-2. Earlier this week, the only loss for MBI was to Cambria, a 10-6 victory in that game. For the visitors, 2-1 strike. John Pepin is on deck, and then Paul McPherson. Top of the first inning. And that one catches the inside corner. So it's 2 strikes. Howard Elson getting the start here today for Pat Fines and MBI baseball. The pitch. And a swing and a drive to left field. A long run, and what a snag out in left field. Krause with a tremendous play for route number 1. 74 years young and a tremendous play down the line as Fred Krause was playing. Rick Held to pull that ball, and he lines it right to the MBI left fielder. So 1 up and 1 down. Next batter is going to be John Pepin. Pepin, a good player to have in the number 2 spot. He's a contact hitter. He can hit to all fields, handles the bat extremely well in that number 2 spot here for Cambria 73s, who come in with a record of 4-2, MBI 4-1. They got a bye into this championship. They didn't have to play one single first round, second round, semifinal, whatever you want to call it. And here's a ground ball, and that's going to get out into left field, and that's a base hit. So John Pepin is aboard with the game's first hit, and the batter is going to be Paul McPherson. A 9 a.m. start time, and we started pretty much right on time. 9:01, our first pitch. Temperature 70 degrees. A beautiful day here in the Valley of the Sun. Elson's first pitch is outside. You look at a quick look at the defense, and here's a high fly ball to Fred Krause, and he will make the running catch. That was in foul territory. He had to battle the high sky and that horrible sun this morning, and there's 2 down, and he has made 2 outstanding catches in left field. So a runner at first with 2 out. The batter is going to be Terry Teske. With Dan Little on deck, runner at first base. No score. We're in the top of the first inning. Howard Elson on the mound here, trying to get MBI a championship. And he left that one outside for a ball. So Terry Teske trying to extend the top of the first inning. He went around, and they confer, and yes, strike 3. And the inning is over. After a half an inning of play, good job by MBI and a good job by their left fielder, Fred Krause. They'll come up, scoreless tie, bottom of the first. And I had a chance to talk to Jack Valentine prior to the game.
Long-haired surfer boy, looked like a homeless person out here, but that's all right. And it's the remainder of the Berries team. Mike Tricker's on that team. That's Berries pitcher, facing Jim Teeter and Jack Valentine from Berries. So it's kind of like Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle joining the Red Sox to face the Dodgers with Whitey Ford. So kind of an interesting setup today. We played these guys and lost, our only loss, so we got a payback going. And it should be a good game. The 73 and over World Championships here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Here's a ground ball up the middle. The shortstop, he bobbles it and still able to throw out the very fast Eddie Kleeman. And there's 1 down here. So a nice job by the shortstop. That's Little. You saw the defensive alignment. That goes 6-3, and now the batter is going to be Blatt. Kleeman out of Central Michigan University. So the left-handed hitting Blatt up there for the first time. Attended Boston University. He is a retired gynecologist. And he hits one to the left side, and a drawn-in third baseman makes the play with ease. And Al Ott has the assist for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for the starting pitcher, John Arnold. And this should be the makings of a very good, maybe a lower-scoring game. You got a good pitching matchup here. Rick Held, outstanding. You got 2 great center fielders in this game. And a swing and a foul back by Krause, and it's 0-1. Fred from Flint, Michigan. Prior occupation, JM staff engineer, and he drives one through the hole on the left side of the infield and into left field, a base hit, and that is the first hit of the ball game for MBI, who comes in here with a record of 4-1. As you see, Krause at first base, 3 kids, 9 grandkids, and 4 great-grandkids. And he's also the owner of the Laptop Barn. Fourth hitter coming up here is going to be Gene Barada. He takes a strike on the outside corner. John Arnold against Howard Elson. We've got a great pitching matchup here for this 73 and over National Division winner-take-all championship game. We're in the home half of inning number 1. Cambria failed to score. They had 1 hit. They left 1 in the top of the first. And that one's going to skip away, and at the 70 and over, the runner is not allowed to advance on a wild pitch or a pass ball. So here in the bottom of the first inning, 2 out. Kraus at first base, and the cleanup hitter for MBI, Gene Barada. And Arnold sends one plateward, and it's driven to left field. That ball will be caught by Dave Hatch, and that'll retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on. We have 1 in the book from Indian School Park on a beautiful Sunday championship morning. No score. Well, Fred Kraus made 2 outstanding defensive plays in the top half of the first inning. From Flint, Michigan, and of course he is in the Detroit and the MSBL World Series Hall of Fame. I don't think I mentioned that on the last game. As we go to the second inning, and there is no score. MBI representing the home team here. And Dan Little, a shortstop, and he hits one foul third base side, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Jeff Lowry with you from Indian School Park, and just getting a piece of that one was the shortstop Dan Little. Al Ott, the third baseman, is on deck. He'll be followed by the left fielder, Dave Hatch. And that is a strike called, and down he goes. So 2 strikeouts in a row for the starting pitcher in Howard Elson. 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the second inning. And the next batter is Alt, and he grounds one to shortstop. Sal's up with it, and the long throw across the infield is in time. And just like that, there are 2 down. That'll bring up the left fielder. That's going to be Dave Hatch. First time up for Dave Hatch. These are 2 quality defensive teams. Didn't give up a whole lot of runs during their tournament. And they got probably the 2 best pitchers in the 73-plus, Elson for MBI, and, of course, John Arnold on the other side for Cambria. Ground ball to the right side. Jeffers up, throws, got him, side retired. We go to the home half of inning number 2. No score from Indian School Park in Scottsdale. You're watching the 2023 MSBL World Series 73 and over championship game. We're in the National Division, the highest skill division in the MSBL, and Jim Teeter has to dance out of the way of a pitch that almost got him. It'll be Teeter, Jeffers, and Valentine to start things off here in the home half of the second inning. Second inning of work for John Arnold as Jim Teeter at the plate. Jim's had an outstanding tournament and truly one of the top players, I think, in this 73 and over. And that is going to be called a ball. I thought maybe that one got it. He pops it up out in the left field. A long run and a nice running catch by Dave Hatch. And there is 1 down here in the bottom half of the second inning. All right, that'll bring up Charles Jeffers, the batter, 74 years young. Jeffers out of Tacoma, Washington, his birthplace, Pittsburgh, California, retired engineer, attended Baptist Bible College. I think he's put down here as occupation. Well, of course, he's a retired engineer, but I think maybe he works for Super Value Grocery Warehouse. And his father, believe it or not, 102 years old, got married for the 5th time last year. Can you believe it? That is absolutely amazing. He's a father of 4. He lived in Mexico, Mazatlan, for 7 months. His partner is the lovely Rebecca. Facing John Arnold here, and he had a good cut at that one, but fouled it off. All-tournament shortstop, 1989 World Series. He's won 4 World Series rings. 1 out, and a line shot in the left field. That ball falls in for a base hit. Quickly over to get it is the center fielder, Rick Held. And so the second hit of the ball game for MBI belongs to Charles Jeffers, a clean line drive single to left field. And now Jack Valentine batting for the first time out of Ocean Beach, California, near San Diego. Jack swings and grounds one, cut off by the third baseman. He's up, he throws, and he got him. So there's 2 down. Jack moves Jeffers up into scoring position with the ground out. And a good play by the third baseman, Al Alt. So 2 down in the inning, and here is McNaughton. He's batting for the first time. And he swings and hits it right to the third baseman on a hop. He has made 3 assists in this game, and the side is retired. So at the end of 2 in this 73 and over winner-take-all national championship game, national division, we are scoreless in Scottsdale. All right, back here at Indian School Park on a beautiful day for championship baseball on this Sunday morning. And Cambria up there, the visiting team, and a long, deep drive off the bat of Johnson, and it is foul. Well, he gave that ball a ride, no question about it, and Roger will dig back into the batter's box, and he is down no balls and 1 strike. We are scoreless as we go to the top of the 3rd inning, and now he goes the opposite way and hits it up on the building, and he's down no balls and 2 strikes. Here's a fly ball on the 0-2 pitch, and this one's going to drop into the gap for a base hit. So Eddie gets over there quickly, and they'll hold him to a long single. That is the second hit of the day for Cambria, who comes in here with a record of 4 wins and 2 losses. And now Bob Sherwin. I've seen this name many, many times down through the years. Bob Sherwin at the plate with a runner at first base. They get the leadoff hitter aboard, hit number 2, off Howard Elson, who gets the start here in this 73-plus national division winner-take-all championship game. And the first pitch to Sherwin is a foul ball as he tried to bunt Johnson up to second base. On deck is the starting pitcher, John Arnold. No balls and 1 strike to Sherwin, squaring the bunt again, out in front of the plate, a good bunt, and that'll be a 1-3 sacrifice. So playing a little small ball here. Roger Johnson moves up 90 feet to second base. He's in scoring position. And a nice job by Bob Sherwin as John Arnold digs in, the pitcher. Both pitchers off to a good start here. We're in the top of the 3rd, no score. First offering to John Arnold was outside the strike zone. And this may be a situation where, as Kleiman, you can see that sun is brutal. As this one is slapped down to 3rd, and Teeter makes a fine play, holds the runner at second, and fires to first base. What a defensive play by Jim Teeter. 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that, and I know Howard Elson is very appreciative of this defense. They've done a great job in this tournament so far. In this championship game, 73 National Division, we go back to the top of the order, and Rick Held, the center fielder. He was robbed on a nice catch by Fred Krause back in the first inning. He grounds one deep in the hole. Here's Sal. Long throw to first, and he got him. That'll retire the side. A spectacular play by Calcagno, and that will retire the side. No runs, a leadoff hit wasted, and at the end of 2.5, what a sensational play. Deep in the hole, and we go to the home half of the third inning, and MBI is going to get the leadoff hitter aboard in Mitchell. A line drive base hit to center field by Bill Mitchell. And we'll see if Jerry's going to bunt. He squares the... Actually, this is Damza is batting. So Damza hitting behind Mitchell. I had Enco. We'll see if he comes out on the on-deck circle here. Nope, on deck is Kleeman. So a foul ball puts Damza behind 0-2. As you get a look at the right side of the infield, led by their outstanding second baseman, Bob Sherwin, and that is a swing and a miss, and that'll be a strikeout, and that is the first punch-out of the day for starting pitcher John Arnold, who's in his third inning of work. MBI flips their lineup, and here is Kleeman skying one to center field and lost it in the sun. So we'll say that's a sun hit, and the throw to second is actually going to be in time. So retired on the play is the courtesy runner, Rich Ellings. So an outfield assist for Rick Held, and that'll go 8-4. And here's Blatt, batting for the second time. 2 years in the Air Force, 5 children, wife Katie, OBGYN physician who attended Boston University back in the day. He says he has 30 championship rings between MSBL and Roy Hobbs. That's pretty impressive. That is very impressive. I thought Wayne Williams had the most. I don't think Wayne's got 28 or 30. I think he's around 27 or 28. I don't know if you guys know Wayne Williams. Plays for a lot of California teams usually. But Wayne is maybe a little bit younger, as that one is lined onto the top of the dugout, third base side, and that's the dugout of the Cambria 73s. John Arnold with a throw over to first, 2 down. Blatt grounded out to third, and he goes opposite field again and sends it out into left field, a base hit. Fine job by the left fielder knocking that ball down, and Dave Hatch. So that's the second hit of the inning. You got good speed at second with Eddie Kleeman. And here's a line drive off the bat of Krause into left center field, a base hit. Here comes Kleeman, and he will stop at third and then have to dive back to the bag. So the bases are loaded. Back-to-back hits by Blatt and Krause. And here is Barada batting for the second time. He flied out to left field back in the first inning. So let's see if Gene can push across the game's first run. We're in the home half of inning number 3, MBI and Cambria in the 73 championship. And a shot to left, and there it is. That'll drive in the first run of the ball game. A clean line drive opposite field hit as Gene comes through in the clutch. Kleeman scores from third. The bases remain loaded, and now the next batter dumps one in to right field, and that's a base hit. One run is going to score. Coming around third, Fred Krause, and he will score. It is a 2-run single for Jim Teeter, and just like that, it is 3-0. 2-run single for Jim Teeter. And MBI is definitely now in the driver's seat with Jeffers coming to the plate. Well, a good piece of hitting there And now Jeffers trying to go opposite field, but fouls it off. Sal will courtesy run at second base. Runners are at first and second. Well, after Kleeman hit into a fielder's choice by hitting what looked to be a base hit, 4 straight hits by MBI. And now Jeffers, who's 1 for 1, hits one in the air out to the second baseman, and he'll make the basket catch, and that'll retire the side. But 3 runs come in on 5 hits. We are heading to the 4th. MBI leads 3-0. Okay, we head now to the top of the 4th inning. Howard Elson. In his 4th inning of work, he has scattered a couple of hits. He has struck out 2. He has yet to yield a walk so far. And he's 1 ball, 1 strike on Pepin, who had a base hit, one of the 2 hits off of him back in the 1st inning. Pepin, McPherson, and Teskey, 2, 3, and 4 for Cambria. And now he's run the count 3-1. And here's a smash up the middle and a nice job of knocking it down, but that's going to end up being an infield hit. So John Pepin is 2 for 2 today. He hit that ball pretty hard. Pretty good exit velocity on that one. And the next batter drills one down to the hot corner, and there is Jim Teeter. He just continues his impression of Brooks Robinson as that ball was hit very hard. And he makes the play for out number 1. Now the cleanup hitter who struck out back in the 1st inning, Terry Teskey at the plate. Teskey with a runner on first base. And 1 man out here in the top of the 4th inning, MBI. As this ball is hammered down the line, and this one is going to drop in front of the right fielder, McNaughton. And runners will be at first and third. He tagged him. Did he get him? That was a close play. I'm not sure what they called there. Pepin is going to be safe at third. It's a base hit for Teskey. So apparently safe as Dan Little digs in now for Cambria. First and third, and Little represents the tying run. I think Mr. Kleeman was wondering who was making all that noise way out in center field or beyond the center field fence. Here's a smash towards the shortstop. Sal has it. He gives it up. And the throw to first, and that's a 6-4-3 double play. What a turn by Charles Jeffers, and a great play to start it all off by the shortstop. 6-4-3, and we go to the bottom half of inning number 4. Cambria had first and third and 1 out, and tell you what, between Teeter, Sal, that left side of the infield getting the job done here today. So Jack Valentine will start things off here. Special thanks to Jack for setting up today's broadcast. We hope you're enjoying our center field camera. He lines one into right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. So Valentine is 1 for 2.
Good job, Jack. That's a baby. Good at bat.
And he'll stay at first base. He's got his first hit of the ball game. Well, MBI strung together 4 straight hits, 5 hits in total in a 3-run bottom half of the 3rd inning, and they lead it 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's a bunt by McNaughton, picked up by Arnold. He will throw to first and get his man. That'll be a sacrifice bunt, and it goes 1-3. And Jackie Gleason is safe at second base in scoring position for Bill Mitchell, or is this going to be, Rich Ellings. So Ellings is batting for Mitchell, who had a base hit his first time up. Bottom of the fourth inning, 3-0. MBI could use an insurance run here. And that's a called strike to Rich Ellings. 74 years young. He squares the bunt right out in front of the plate. Arnold looks the runner and now throws and just got the speedy Ellings at first base by a half a step. And the speedy Jack Valentine makes it to third. He got a good jump on that ball. And now the next hitter up is going to be Damza. Here's a shot. Hit to the right side of the infield. The second baseman is there, and Sherwin throws him out at first base. No runs, one hit. Valentine left stranded at third base, and we are heading to the top of the fifth inning. And I don't know if John Damsma, as we are heading to the top of the fifth inning with MBI up 3-0 in this 73 National Division winner-take-all championship game. I think he was saying that the second baseman can't throw someone out from the outfield. I think that's what he was arguing, but the rule is if you're an outfielder, you can't throw someone out at first base. And I think it's a good rule. I suggested that rule change 20 years ago, and finally they did it. And we also have a 15-run rule, finally, in the MSBL, as this one's grounded to the shortstop. Sal's got it. He's up. He throws, and he got him. But, yeah, the outfielders, but he's the second baseman, so you don't have the argument there. Sal just continues to make play after play as Alt is retired, and there's one down. Dave Hatch, left fielder, left-handed hitting left fielder who bats left and throws right-handed. Fifth inning of work here for the starting pitcher, Howard Elson. As we're in the top half of the fifth inning and a 3-0 lead for MBI. Here's the windup and the pitch. And he caught the outside corner. And now the next delivery is popped up, and this one's going to drop in for a base hit. That ball is probably caught by Charles Jeffers if he wasn't looking right into the sun. So Hatch has a base hit. He's 1 for 2 at the plate. And here's Roger Johnson, who hit a really hard hit ball foul last time up and did get a base hit. He's up there with a runner at first base, 1 out. We're in the top of the fifth inning. MBI in the orange leads it 3-0. Quick throw down to first, and the runner is back in safely. Bill Mitchell doing the honors at first base. He's had a nice game defensively and also a base hit in his one time up at the plate. Elson in his fifth inning of work. He has thrown 4-hit shutout baseball up till this point. But he's going up against a tough hitter in Roger Johnson. The wind, the kick, the pitch. And a bouncing ball back to the mound. And Howard will go to second, give it to Jeffers. His throw to first, not in time. But a nice defensive play by the starting pitcher, Howard Elston. And Elson gets the lead runner 2 down. And now Sherwin. And that one drops in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Top of the fifth inning, 3-0. MBI in the orange tops and the gray pants. Howard Elson, E-L-S-O-N, almost 76 years young. And here's a rocket to the second baseman. Jeffers plays it on the big hop, throws to Mitchell, and the side is retired. We're halfway through this championship game, and it's all MBI. They lead 3-0 on APNvideo.com. All right, we go back to the top of the order. You heard him say it. Eddie Kleeman. And he swings and wallops one in the center field, going back on it, fighting the high sky and the bright sunlight, and a sensational play by Rick Held, and there's one down. Made that catch right in your living room, only on apnvideo.com, and then we got the backward glance and a smile from the outstanding Cambria center fielder, one down. They've done a good job on Kleeman in this game. He is 0 for 3, did reach on a fielder's choice and scored a run. And next up is going to be Jeff Blatt. Blatt is grounded to third. He singled and scored in that 3-run third. MBI leads it 3-0. We're in the home half of the 5th inning. That's a nice facility over here. I know you'd rather be in a stadium, but I think Indian School Park is probably one of the nicer auxiliary fields. This one's popped up, and the shortstop drifting over, and Dan Little makes the play. And 2 quick outs here in the 5th inning for John Arnold. He's in his 5th inning of work. Now Fred Krause, 2 for 2, and make it a 3 for 3 day as that ball rolls right down the line. He is 3 for 3 in that third spot. Well, one of the reasons Pat Fines put him in there on that number 3 spot in the lineup. And now the batter is going to, it looks like Sal's going to bat in place of Gene here in the number 4 position. So first time up for Sal, and he hits one foul. 3-0 MBI. 4 innings possibly away from winning a national championship, a World Series title, here in the greater Phoenix area in the 36th annual World Series. Here's a ball hit to the right side. The second baseman fields on the outfield grass, fires to first, and the side is retired. We're seeing some good glove work on both sides of the field. And you're watching the 36th annual Men's Senior Baseball League's World Series. All right, we go to the top of the 6th inning. John Arnold, the starting pitcher, will be first up, bottom of the order. And he takes a strike. Jeff Lowry with you, apnvideo.com. Tried to hold up on that last swing. Elson has scattered 4 hits in 5 innings and has yet to yield a run. Smashed to shortstop, and that play will be made, and perfectly, as Sal has another assist in the game. That's 5 in this game for him. So that goes 6-3, 1 down. And we go back to the top of the order, and the center fielder Held, and he hits one in the right center field, and that's going to be a base hit. A good job by Kleeman getting over to the gap quickly, and that is the first hit of the day for Held. He is 1 for 3. That is hit number 5 for Cambria, and here's John Pepin, and he is a perfect 2 for 2 at the plate. Stay with us. At the conclusion of this game, we will have post-game interviews. With the winning team. As you get a look at Howard Elson, starting pitcher extraordinaire. The game that we had over at Goodyear Ballpark earlier in the week against the Sacramento Solons in MBI baseball, and Howard went all but the last inning and really pitched a gem against Sacramento. This one lifted in the air, and Teeter will make the catch, and there's 2 down. So another fine play here by MBI and their outstanding defense. Paul McPherson has flied to left. He lined out to Teeter his last time up and was robbed of a base hit. 0-1 the count on McPherson. Cambria trailing in this game 3-0. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Runner at first, 2 out. Elson has scattered 5 hits in total in his 5 2/3 innings. Now the pitch. And a swing and a miss. He pulled the string on him and picks up his 3rd strikeout, the first strikeout since inning number 1. Bottom of the 6th coming up. This is apmvideo.com. And MBI in the lead here, 3-0. All right, Jeff Lowry back here from Indian School Park. We're in beautiful Scottsdale where these baseballs were built. Probably right around the same time that the big green belt, people are out here riding their bikes and walking their dogs. It's really a positive atmosphere in this part of Scottsdale. There's John Arnold now in his 6th inning of work, and he's going up against Teeter, and he hit him. Well, Jim tried to get out of the way. He had a big 2-run hit back in the 3rd inning and now gets hit by a pitch to start the 6th inning against John Arnold and Cambria. First pitch outside, ball 1. And the other rule that you can't advance on a wild pitch, you can't advance on a pass ball, and you can't steal. Jeffers, a base hit his first time up. He's 1 for 2 at the plate in this championship game. And a wave and a miss. I'll tell you, John Arnold, the break on that slider or curve, pretty good. Ground ball short, and Little will take it to the bag and throw on to first, and that's a 6-3 double play, 2 down. I'll tell you what, these two teams in this game are putting on a clinic defensively. So there's 2 down. Jack Valentine, a wrong field single his last time up. He's 1 for 2. And a swing and a miss. Didn't stay back on that one. Let's see how he approaches the next one. That's a fastball out of the strike zone, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. John Arnold in a good matchup here against Jack Valentine. The 1-1. And it's hit to center field, and this ball is going to be caught. A fine running catch in center field by Rick Held, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. And we have played 6 full innings in the 73 National Division National Championship game. Winner take all. Howard Elson back out on the mound, and it's 3-0 MBI. 3 short innings away from winning a national championship. As you look at the defense, the same defense it was at the beginning of the game, led by Mars McNaughton in right field. He's done a good job out there. And, of course, in center field, Eddie Kleeman. Couple of big plays all the way back in the first inning by Fred Krause. He's had a big day not only in the field but at the plate, 3 for 3. Here's a ground ball, and that one is foul, wide of third. They got to stop hitting the ball down to Brooks Robinson here in this game. Popped up in the center field. Eddie will go to his knee and make the play. Fine defensive play for out number 1 as Teskey is retired here in inning number 7. Now Dan Little, the shortstop, he made a similar play at Goodyear earlier this week. Actually was our Marucci play of the day. Jeff Lowry coming to you, top of the 7th inning, back at Indian School Park. The wind that kicked the pitch. And this one lifted in the air. Eddie, a long run, and he's not going to get to this one. And a good job by Sal backing him up. So Dan Little picks up the 6th base hit of the day for Cambria. That's his first hit in 3 tries. And that will set the stage for Al Alt, who's 0 for 2. Courtesy running is Bill Detman. Detman at first base. Or check that, Dan Little. Dan Little, courtesy running at first base. 1 out. Al Alt is 0 for 2. And this is going to be a fair ball down the first base line. And that will move Little to second base. It goes 1-3, 2 down. And here's Dave Hatch. He had a base hit his last time up. Cambria has failed to score through 6 2/3 innings so far. The wind, the pitch, and it's low, ball 1. Grounded out to second back in the second inning. And here's a drive to left field. That dropped in for a hit. And now Fred getting it back in, and runners are at first and third with 2 out. 7th hit off Howard Elson. All singles. So Hatch has his second hit of the day. Two down for Roger Johnson. And he chops one down through the shortstop and out into left field. And they have their first run of the ball game. So an RBI hit for Johnson, who's really seeing the ball well here today. Scoring is Little from third base. Runners are at first and second, and that puts the tying run at second base. Bob Sherwin. Sacrifice. He's also bounced out 4-3. And here's a ball hit the shortstop. Sal's got it. He'll go the short route to second, and that will retire the side. But Cambria finally breaks through. They get a run on an RBI hit by Roger Johnson. And at the end of 6.5 innings of play from Indian School Park in Scottsdale, championship play, MBI leads 3-1. And John Arnold is coming out for his 7th inning of work. McNaughton, the scheduled first hitter, coming to the plate. Man, what a beautiful day. Temperatures in the really low 70s. I don't think you can ask for any more. Maybe a few clouds to block that sun from the outfielder's eyes. That's kind of wreaked a little havoc here today. We're in the bottom half of inning number 7. MBI got 3 runs in the home half of the third inning. McNaughton will be called for a strike there as he tries to get something going here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's now 3-1. John Arnold's pitched an outstanding game. He had the one bad inning, gave up 5 hits, including a 2-run hit by Teeter. Barada had an RBI hit. And this ball lifted back of third. It's going to land in there, and this is going to be a base hit for McNaughton. His first hit, he had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. That's the first hit since Fred Krause in the 5th inning. And that is the 8th hit of the day for MBI baseball. Mitchell lifts one back and out of play. He's 1 for 1 with a base hit. Again, stay with us as you get a look at Paul Smith. Paul McPherson getting the start at third base here for Cambria. MBI batting in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that one gets away. It will not advance the runner. And now Mitchell pops it up, and the first baseman will come up with it. Fine job there. No routine pop-ups in this one. Terry Tesco with a nice play. It was a routine pop-up if it wasn't for the sun. So 1 on, 1 out. And now batting for the first time is going to be Jerry Engo. Making the change, and you get a quick look at Pat Fines. Coaching at third base, as many managers do in the MSBL World Series. And back in the day, I can remember coaches at the major league level that would do, well, at least Tommy Lasorda is the only one I can remember, but I think they used to back in the old days of Major League Baseball. That's a strike. Enco didn't like the call. He chops one to the shortstop, Little. Underhanded flip to second, and they get the out. I think they wanted interference on the runner, McNaughton. Not going to get that call. Fielder's choice goes 6-4. So there's 2 down, and we flip the order back over, and here is Eddie Kleeman out of Central Michigan, University of Central Michigan. And he grounds one hard up the middle. That's got eyes, and that's a base hit. Here's the throw to second, not in time. So Eddie gets his first hit of the ball game here in the 7th. He's already scored a run. He's 1 for 4 at the plate, and now Jeff Blatt. First and second occupied with 2 out here in the home half of the 7th inning. Arnold delivers, and it's a strike. It's 0-1. Blatt with a run score after singling in the 3rd inning. 1 for 3. Not sure why Paul Smith is out there, the manager of Cambria. So they break up the meeting. Paul Smith heads back over to the first base dugout. MBI leads it 3-1. We're in the home half of the 7th inning. And John Arnold's delivery, a little unusual, I guess, would be one way of saying it. And it's almost like, from our center field vantage point, it's almost like he's stepping off the rubber. It's a little deceiving. I'm wondering how the hitters feel about it. He has given up 9 hits in total. And here's a shot into left field, and that's a base hit. What a good piece of hitting by Jeff Blatt, and the bases are loaded. That is the 10th hit of the day for MBI baseball. That is the 2nd in 4 trips for Jeff Blatt. Bases loaded, and now Fred Krause, who is 3 for 3 with a run scored at the plate. And a wave and a miss. He was trying to put that one out on Hayden Boulevard, and he's down 0 balls and 1 strike. MBI batting here in the bottom half of inning number 7, and they lead it 3-1. The wind, the kick, the pitch. Strike 2 call. That was a generous call by our home plate umpire. Wow. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Krause 3 for 3 at the plate, and a chance maybe to break this one open. MBI still only up by 2 runs. Even a base hit, if it scored 2, it'd still be a game within reach. But MBI could definitely use an insurance run. Another 2-strike pitch, and he struck him out swinging. Came back inside. Outstanding job by John Arnold on the damage control, and he does not give up a run. So we head now to the top of the 8th inning. Championship day from Indian School Park. 3-1, MBI leads Cambria. All right, we go to the top of the 8th inning, and the first batter up is going to be, it looks like Paul Smith is batting, put himself into the batting order here. Top of the 8th inning. Cambria trailing by 2. Here's a bouncing ball foul, and Jim Teeter, even the foul balls, he will corral them, and always a good opportunity to hone on your skills. This is not Paul. This is John Arnold, excuse me. Arnold's pitched an outstanding game. Both these guys have. Howard Elson in his 8th inning of work, and he looks as strong now as he did back in inning number 1. He's trying to win his 3rd consecutive national championship, World Series title. 2 with the Falkers. And that one high and tight, ball 4. So he walks the leadoff hitter. Paul Smith having a discussion over there, the manager of Cambria. We're in the top of the 8th inning, 3-1 in favor of MBI baseball. Top of the order, Rick Held at the plate. And he wallops one in the deep left field, and this ball is going to be caught. Well, the advanced scouts doing their job with this MBI 73-plus team as Kraus holds that one in. An outstanding play for out number 1, and Rick has been held to a 1-for-4 day at the plate, and that is huge. Now, that has not been the case with John Pepin. He singled his first 2 times up. He has popped out the third. And he takes high for ball 1. Runner at first with 1 out. The tying run is at the plate in John Pepin, but then he would have to hit the ball at least 350 feet to get it out of this ballpark. It's 350 down both the left and right field line, 390 to the gap, and over 400 feet to straightaway center. Quick throw down to first, and the runner is back in safely. You're watching the 73-plus National Division World Series title game. Here's a bunt, third base side. Teeter comes in, sets, plants, throws, got him, and there's out number 2. It will go as a sacrifice bunt. Pepin now 2 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. And you got a runner at second for Paul McPherson, the third baseman. He's looking for his first hit of the ball game. Again, stay with us. We will have post-game interviews with the winning team. MBI leads it 3-1. Chopper Teeter again from the infield grass. He fires perfectly to first, and the top of the 8th inning is in the books. So the defense continues to be stellar, and at the end of 7.5 innings in this 73-over championship game, MBI by 2. Bottom of the 8th coming up next here on apmvideo.com. John Arnold, inning number 8, the starting pitcher here today for Paul Smith. Pat Fines coaching at third base. 1-1 quickly the count on Gene Beretta. And Beretta with a comebacker to the mound. Arnold, easy play for out number 1. Well, MBI is hoping this will be their final at-bat of the ball game. Teeter has been hit by a pitch. He has flied to left, and back in the third, a 2-run single. That gave them a 3-0 lead, and that's been the difference. So Gene Beretta bouncing out 1-3 to start things off here in the bottom half of the 8th inning as the Cambria team is trying to beat MBI for the second time in this tournament. They won 10-6 earlier in day 1 of the tournament, and Teeter hits one down the line, and that's going to be a foul ball. Jim is 1 for 2. And has been hit by a pitch. And he has played a flawless third base. Been challenged with some good, couple of hard hit balls down there, and he's been equal to the task in making the play. Arnold winds, kicks, and delivers, and it is popped up into shallow center field. Actually, it's going to stay on the infield. And Sherwin takes care of business, and there's quickly 2 down here in the home half of the 8th. MBI could use an insurance run. Charles Jeffers, 1 for 3, hit into a 6-3 inning end. Well, it wasn't an inning double play, but that was back in the 6th inning. He takes outside, ball 1. Had a base hit back in the first. Arnold wanted that call. A little disappointed that he didn't get the call, and now the next pitch, and that's way outside. 3 balls and no strikes on Charles Jeffers, the MBI second baseman. Well, we got the top of the 9th coming up. Good pitch, 3-1 now the count, as Arnold, good velocity on that one. And here is a bouncing ball wide of third. And so Arnold has pushed it to a 3-2 count. McPherson at third for Cambria. Now the payoff pitch to second baseman Jeffers, and he swings and hits one into right field, and this one is going to drop in for a base hit. It eludes the right fielder, but not very far. And Jeffers is on with a base hit, the 11th hit of the day for MBI, and that's going to give Jack Valentine another chance. He takes ball one. He is 1 for 3. He flied to left field his last time up. He leads the team in doubles in this 23 MSBL World Series. He chops one out in front of the plate. Arnold fields and fires on to first base, and he got the very quick Jack Valentine to retire the side, so don't go anywhere. We're heading to the top of the 9th inning. Cambria down 3-1, and it's the 73-plus National Division title game. Well, Howard Elson is coming back out, and he is looking to pitch a complete game here and give his team a national title. Terry Taskey will be the first batter to face Howard here in the top of the 9th inning. MBI in the field, leading it 3-1. And here's a fly ball out into left field, and this one's going to reach the gap. The runner will stay put at first base, and so that brings the tying run to the plate here in the 9th inning. That is the 9th hit of the day for Cambria. And now the shortstop, Dan Little. He singled and scored the only run of the game his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Sal's down on it. He goes to second. They throw it on to first. It's not in time. So a fielder's choice, 6-4. And that will be the first out here in the top of the 9th inning as MBI clinging to a 3-1 lead. 2 outs away from capturing the 73-plus National Division Championship game. Al Alt looking for his first hit of the game. Remember, MBI, they've got strong arms at second, shortstop, and third, so anybody that comes to the plate in this situation is a double play candidate, but this ball is lined out in the center field. They got to play at second, and Eddie throws the ball away. It goes all the way to the fence. So it's 3-1 in favor of MBI, but Cambria has runners at first and third, and a clutch single there by Alt. Now Hatch, the left-handed hitter. And he lines one into left field. That ball will get down, and that will score the second run for Cambria. And now it's a one-run affair at 3-2. You got the tying run at second. You got the go-ahead run at first base. So MBI, who has led this entire game, now in danger of losing the lead. But they got their ace pitcher looking to get a complete game here in this 73-plus National Division National Championship game. It's a winner-take-all as we're coming to you from Indian School Park. And now we're going to get a courtesy runner at second base. Now Johnson. And Elson delivers a strike on the inside corner. Infield playing a double play depth. The pitch and a bouncing ball. This could do it. They'll go second one. And the throw to first by Jeffers, and this one belongs to MBI. They are national champions. Calcagno started that 6-4-3 game-ending double play. Jeffers on the great turn. You got a strong-armed infield with Teeter at third. And our Marucci player of the game is Howard Elson. He goes the distance, gives up only 2 runs. And MBI, they had some pressure. This Cambria team, outstanding. John Arnold, he had a great game on the mound, too. Take nothing away from him.
Eddie. Nice job, thanks.
Great.
Nice job.
Great.
Oh,
what a game. What a film, huh? What a film. Good job, everybody.
Of course. I'll be there. Hey, just get close, man. Billy! Nice job.
Hey,
great job out there.
Thanks for the game.
Hey, really good job.
Oh, way to be tough. Way to be tough.
Good job. Good job.
That's good.
Good job.
Way to be tough. You guys are real tough.
Game.
Way to be tough.
Game.
Yeah, were you a pin cushion out there for me?
I was ready to suck it up like that. Oh, no.
You just own me. You just own me, brother.
Two good teams playing. Nice job. Very nice.
Someday you'll get me back on your team.
That's right.
Good job.
Nice good. Nice good. Nice job. Nice good. Very nice game.
It doesn't happen to you. Hit it hard.
Very nice game. Nice game. Nice game. Nice game. Stuff. All right, y'all. That was
Nice game. Great game.
We gotta go.
We got it. We got it.
Hey, the left side of our infield took shot after shot after shot. They made every play.
You had to protect the duel. Great game, guys. Great game.
Good job, Coach.
Way to go. Thanks, Jack.
Thanks for all you did.
Tried.
I'll let you beat me in golf.
All right. And I guess I'm here too.
You're here too.
Get in there, Billy. Gotcha. You're the architect, Billy.
Billy, how you doing?
Hey, guys.
And the cameraman. We can't forget about you.
I think I got a few innings in this afternoon.
Come on, people.
The umpire even says to me after Freddie catches, going to get another one. He says, "You're out."
Come on, sharp people.
Can we run around the field with it? You know.
This is a.
This is what we came here for.
That's right.
All right.
We did. Came, we saw, we conquered.
Yes.
Best in the world. I'm gonna run around the field with it.
For my son.
Do it with the Stanley.
Turn sideways and get more of us then. All right, guys. 3, 2, 1. Jeez.
Wait.
Wow.
A group becomes a team when each member is confident enough in his own contributions
Wait, I got the game.
to praise only the skills of the others. That's my saying.
Thank you. Well, Mr. Elson, congratulations. Championship 3 in a row for you, counting the Folkers, and that's awfully nice to be holding that big thing.
Yeah, it sure is, and I share this with the whole team, and especially the defense, the infield. I love pitching with a good defense because I want the guys to hit the ball on the third or fourth pitch to somebody, and they didn't miss hardly any of them, and I appreciate that very much. It's a great team.
Well, it was a tremendous game. How were you feeling in that 9th inning? They put a lot of pressure on you and your teammates.
I didn't feel any pressure. I felt like at that point in the game, my 4-seam fastball was acting like a 2-seam fastball and dying at the plate. And all I wanted them to do was hit ground balls. First guy up lifted one and had a nice base hit. Everything else was just a ground ball, and I knew sooner or later I was going to get a double play out of these guys with a pitch that just died at the plate, and that's what I was looking for.
Howard Elson, complete game, 2 runs, world champs, and playoff MVP. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah! Thank you. Go MBI.
I just want to take a picture.
Congratulations, guys. This is the heart and soul right here. Jim, congratulations. It took great defense and great pitching to win this one.
All right, I enjoyed it.
And the 3 Berries guys from San Diego persevere and have the World Championship for Berries Athletic Supply, which is no longer playing in the 70 division, but we are. Jerry Enco, Jack Valentine, Jim Teeter.
Still champs.
Still champs.
Division, you can't get a big one.
The only guys in this picture are the ones not taking it.
Scooch. Oh, hey, dude. Hi, dude.
Hey, let's do the what?
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.